So, this is it. My go-to base Blackmagic URSA Mini Pro G2 cinema rig. It's an absolute workhorse, designed to be reliable, versatile, and to get the best looking image possible. But it doesn't just show up looking like this. Out of the box, the URSA Mini Pro G2 is an incredible camera. But to make it work on a professional set, you have to build it out. In this video, I'm going to give you the full tour, piece by piece, of how I built this rig from the ground up. I'll break down every component, and more importantly, why it earned a place on my rig. At its heart, the URSA G2 is a beast. You've got an incredible Super 35mm 4.6K sensor with 15 stops of dynamic range. It shoots up to 120 frames per second in 4.6K and even 300 in HD, which is amazing for slow motion. Plus, it has built-in ND filters, which is great for run and gun shooting. And Blackmagic has one of the most streamlined camera menus I've ever used. But as you can see, just holding this magnesium alloy body isn't practical for a long shoot day. It's a powerful starting point, but it needs a proper support system. For that, I've invested in the wooden camera ecosystem. Their gear is rugged, versatile, and just works. The entire foundation of my rig is built for speed upon the unified VCT quick release system. This lets me go from tripod to handheld in seconds. It starts with the unified VCT14 tripod plate. This is based on the Sony VCT14 standard and has a bulletproof, all-metal construction. I'll attach it to my O'Connor tripod head via this Euro plate with two 3/8/16 screws. Once it is secure, I slide it back onto the tripod until it locks. Next is the wedge plate. This is what the camera will connect to through sliding on this low-profile ARRI dovetail shape. It has a built-in shoulder pad, M6 ARRI standard rosettes for handles, and a knob at the back to eliminate any wiggle. I'll slide the VCT wedge plate into the base plate until it clicks. Now we're ready for the camera itself. To build out the camera body, I used the wooden camera Blackmagic URSA Mini Pro Unified Accessory Kit. It's the skeleton of my whole setup. We'll start with the top plate, which is already mounted at the top of my URSA. It bolts down directly to the top, and it's loaded with 1/4-20, 3/8/16, and ARRI-style locating pin mounts, giving me all the real estate I need for accessories. First from the kit is the unified base plate. This is the central hub that connects the camera to our VCT system and provides industry-standard 15mm rod support at the perfect height for any lens or accessory. The top connects to the camera through this ARRI Swiss plate. The bottom has this quick-release tripod plate, which can be removed to reveal an integrated ARRI dovetail slot, which is what allows it to slide directly onto the VCT wedge plate. Now, I'll just slide the camera with its base plate onto the VCT wedge plate and lock it down. Next, I'll attach the top handle, the NATO handle plus V2. It slides onto a NATO rail on the top plate and locks down without tools. This is what I use to carry the rig and get low angle shots. With the camera on the tripod, let's talk power. I use the gold mount system, specifically the Wooden Camera Pro gold mount plate made in partnership with Anton Bauer. This thing is a tank. It attaches to the back of the URSA and taps directly into the camera's power through a Molex connector, which keeps the build incredibly clean. This plate is also a power distribution hub with 3 D-tap outputs for my accessories and a digital fuse with a reset button, which can absolutely save a take if an accessory overloads the circuit. To feed this beast, I rely on Anton Bauer Dionic XT150 gold mount batteries. They're the industry standard for a reason. One of these can power my URSA for 3 to 4 hours, and the LCD screen gives me my remaining runtime down to the minute. For media, I record to 2TB Samsung T5 external SSDs via the URSA's USB-C port, held by this small rig universal holder on the top plate. Now for monitoring, the URSA is a great 4-inch fold-out screen, but for critical work, you need a dedicated electronic viewfinder, or EVF. My choice is the Blackmagic URSA Full HD OLED viewfinder, with one crucial upgrade, the wooden camera modification kit. The EVF itself is brilliant, with a sharp 1920 by 1080 OLED display and fantastic glass optics. Its only problem is a proprietary mount. The wooden camera modification replaces that mount with a universal L bracket, letting you position it anywhere and power it via D-Tab. This mod kit was actually discontinued because the installation was so tricky. Tons of customers were just destroying their viewfinders and trying to do the installation. After searching high and low, I managed to source one from a photography store out in Seattle, Washington. Shout out to Glacier Camera. I had a pro electronics technician handle the modification, and it was worth every penny. It jailbreaks the EVF, making it a rugged, versatile tool I can use on any camera system. For me, especially after having cataract removal surgery on both of my eyes, a high-quality EVF is crucial. Next up is lens control. First, I'll slide the 15mm rods that came with the accessory kit. These are the rails that will hold our lens controls. Now the follow focus. I use the wooden camera UFF1 Universal Follow Focus. It's a fantastic system with zero backlash. The Pro Kit comes with multiple gears, a whip, a crank, and hard stops, which are essential for lenses with infinite focus rotation. Next, I'll mount a lens. I use a set of Zeiss CP.3 XD lenses. And for this demo, I'll pop on the 25mm. Now for the matte box. The matte box blocks stray light and holds filters. I use the wooden camera UMB1 Universal Matte Box. It's a pro-level matte box with two rotating 4x5.5 filter stages and flags to precisely cut out light. Today I'm using it as a clamp-on, attaching it directly to the 95mm front of the lens. This gives me more clearance on the rods for my hand grip system, which I'll get back to in a bit. Since the URSA has internal NDs, I'm going to use two types of filters. One is a clear filter, protecting the front element of my lens. The other, which I'll use today, is this 138mm circular polarizer in a rota tray. This filter reduces glare and enhances colors. I'll just swap out the empty filter tray for the rotopola. Other than that, when it comes to filtration, the only other filters I would potentially use are diopter or split diopter filters. Any sort of softening or diffusion filtration effects can be accomplished in post-production these days and controlled in a more refined manner. Finally, a quick cable run. I'll connect the EVF to the front SDI port and power it from a D-tap on the battery plate. Then I'll connect the Samsung T5 SSD to the USB-C port. With the camera fully built for tripod work, let's make it ready for handheld. For that, I use this Tilta Universal Hand Grip System, which clamps right onto the 15mm rods. Once I have everything set, I can pop the camera off the tripod plate, slide the wedge plate forward so the camera sits comfortably on my shoulder, and I'm ready to shoot. To go back, I just reverse the process. It takes only a few seconds. And And there you have it. From a bare camera body to a legit battle-ready cinema rig. By tackling each problem one by one with mounting, power, monitoring, and lens control, we've built a complete system that's balanced, efficient, and ready for anything. Every piece of gear I talked about is linked down in the description below. These are affiliate links, so I'll earn a small commission if you use them. These are the tools I trust on professional jobs, and I stand by them. So, that's my base URSA Mini Pro G2 rig. The next level up is incorporating the Tilta Nucleus M wireless lens control system. So I want to hear from you now. Do you want to see this rig built up with the Tilta Nucleus M? And what's the one piece of gear you absolutely can't live without? Let me know in the comments below. I read every one of them. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to see more deep dives into pro cinema gear, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.